Beyond the hustle of modern life exist communities preserving centuries-old traditions. While the Amish and Mennonites share common roots, their culinary culture is unique, and the Amish table is the quintessential of simplicity. Today, we will immerse ourselves in a world without technology, but filled with natural ingredients, manual labor, and genuine comfort. Prepare to discover 25 legendary Amish dishes, the most hearty and soulful recipes passed down through generations. This is the taste of authentic, genuine tradition.
Homemade chicken and noodles. This is more than just food. It is the heart of Amish domestic comfort. In communities where simplicity and family are valued, this dish is prepared for communal meals in Sunday dinners. A whole chicken, simmered for hours over a wood stove, creates a rich broth, a symbol of abundance and unhurried labor. Wide, handmade noodles absorb the flavor of this broth, becoming incredibly tender. This is hearty, soulful food served to the entire extended family, often right over mashed potatoes, so that everyone can share the warmth and traditions passed down through generations.
Chicken corn soup with ribbles. This hearty soup is a beloved staple of the Pennsylvania Dutch heritage, central to Amish gatherings and cold weather comfort. It is a savory, simple broth built on tender chicken and fresh sweet corn. The unique signature of this dish is the rivels, small, textured dumplings made by rubbing together flour and egg with the hands. These tiny handmade dumplings sink into the rich, creamy broth, adding a wonderfully unique chewiness. This soup is a testament to the Amish philosophy of using basic ingredients to create profound warmth and satisfaction. It's often served in large quantities for community meals.
Amish macaroni salad. No Amish picnic, potluck, or summer gathering is complete without this side dish. Unlike standard savory macaroni salads, the Amish version is defined by its unique dressing, a distinctly sweet, creamy, and tangy flavor profile. The dressing is often based on Miracle Whip, mixed with vinegar, sugar, and yellow mustard. This rich sauce binds together simple ingredients like elbow macaroni, chopped celery, bell peppers, and hard-boiled eggs. Served chilled, its vibrant color and signature sweet and sour taste make it an unmissable part of the communal table, symbolizing the simple but distinctive tastes of the community.
Amish broccoli salad. A staple alongside the macaroni salad at any large gathering, this side dish perfectly balances textures and flavors. It combines crisp, fresh broccoli florets with savory accents, cheddar cheese, red onion, and generous amounts of crispy bacon. The key is the dressing, a rich, thick, creamy sauce made with mayonnaise and sour cream, balanced by a distinct touch of sweetness. The salad is often prepared ahead of time, allowing the flavors to meld and deepen overnight, resulting in a robust, crunchy, and satisfying side that showcases the Amish mastery of sweet and savory harmony. Umacetti casserole. This uniquely named dish is the epitome of the Amish and Pennsylvania Dutch approach to economical and satisfying family meals. Umacetti is an all-in-one casserole featuring wide egg noodles combined with seasoned ground meat, beef or pork, layered in a thick, rich, creamy sauce, often enhanced with cheese and sour cream. It's simple, hearty, and designed to feed a crowd. The casserole is baked until the edges are bubbling hot and the top layer achieves a delicious, crispy, golden brown crust. It's a comforting, savory dish that perfectly embodies the practicality and warmth of the traditional Amish supper table. Country poor man's hamburger steaks. This dish is a testament to Amish resourcefulness and their ability to transform humble ingredients into a hearty, comforting meal. It features seasoned ground beef patties, reminiscent of traditional Salisbury steaks, but prepared with a distinctly Amish simplicity. The patties are lightly seared to lock in flavor, then slow-cooked,
often baked, in a rich homemade mushroom gravy until they are incredibly tender and infused with savory goodness. This is classic budget-friendly comfort food, typically served with mashed potatoes or thick egg noodles, representing a satisfying and economical main course that nourishes the body and soul of the community. Pot roast. In Amish culture, the pot roast is the quintessential Sunday meal, demanding patience and unhurried devotion, a true representation of their values. A large, economical cut of beef is seared and then slowly simmered for hours in a heavy Dutch oven, often alongside root vegetables like carrots and potatoes. The long, low heat renders the meat unbelievably fork tender and creates a savory, concentrated liquid that transforms into a deep, rich, naturally thickened gravy. This dish is the centerpiece of the weekly family gathering, symbolizing stability, tradition, and abundance achieved through careful, slow labor.
Chicken and waffles. This dish, in the Pennsylvania Dutch tradition, is a world away from the Southern comfort food many know. It is a true historical fusion of German and American tastes. The key difference is the sauce. Instead of the sweet maple syrup, the Amish version features a savory, thick, creamy yellow chicken gravy, often made from the cooking liquid of the chicken itself. This hot, comforting gravy is poured generously over soft, light waffles and tender pulled chicken. It's a hearty, savory supper that transforms the typical breakfast food into a main course, symbolizing the wholesome, resourceful, and distinctive culinary identity of the Pennsylvania Dutch community.
Roast turkey and dressing casserole. This casserole is the ultimate example of Amish holiday food comfort, often utilizing leftovers from a Sunday or Thanksgiving feast, but perfected as a standalone dish. It combines tender shredded turkey or chicken with a generous amount of classic, savory bread dressing or stuffing. The entire mixture is then bound together in a light creamy sauce and baked until golden and bubbling. This dish is rich in flavor and texture, embodying the principles of practicality and communal enjoyment central to Amish cooking. It's a warm, deep dive into holiday nostalgia, served at large community potlucks throughout the cold months. Sausage stuffed green peppers. This dish is a perfect example of traditional Pennsylvania Dutch home cooking, hearty, flavorful, and built on local produce. It starts with crisped green bell peppers, halved and then generously filled with a mixture of seasoned ground sausage, often pork, a staple of Amish farming, rice, and tomatoes. The peppers are then slow simmered or baked in a savory, simple tomato sauce until the pepper is tender and the filling is fully cooked. Served warm, often with fresh-baked bread, this dish is the definition of home comfort, offering a satisfying, savory, and complete meal for the entire family. One-pan ground beef and cabbage skillet. This single skillet meal perfectly encapsulates the Amish values of simplicity, efficiency, and economy. It is a hearty, straightforward dish featuring ground beef and shredded cabbage sautéed together with onions and simple seasonings. The beauty of this recipe lies in its efficiency. Everything is cooked and served from one pan, minimizing cleanup and maximizing flavor. It's a quick, nourishing, and budget-friendly weeknight supper that ensures no time or resource is wasted. This savory, humble skillet dish is a testament to the satisfying results achieved with minimal effort and common ingredients. Country casserole. This casserole is a definitive example of how Amish cooking adopted the practical innovations of the mid-20th century American kitchen. It's the ultimate comfort dish, built from economical pantry staples: small pasta, like elbow macaroni or egg noodles, seasoned ground beef, and a rich, creamy sauce achieved quickly with the addition of canned condensed soups. This simple shortcut creates a thick, savory binder, which is then topped with cheese or breadcrumbs and baked until bubbly and golden. This dish is hearty, fast, and satisfying, proving that even traditional communities found value in modern efficiency when feeding large, hungry families. Chicken croquettes. A favorite comfort food at any Pennsylvania Dutch table, chicken croquettes are a brilliant way to turn leftover chicken into a savory, indulgent main course. Tender, shredded chicken is combined with a creamy binder, shaped into small ovals or balls, coated in breadcrumbs, and deep-fried until perfectly golden and crisp on the outside. They are traditionally served smothered in a thick, rich white cream sauce, which adds moisture and deep flavor. This dish is hearty, elegant in its simplicity, and demonstrates the Amish commitment to avoiding waste while providing a satisfying and flavorful meal for the family. Pea salad with ham and cheese. This creamy salad is a staple at almost every Amish potluck, picnic, or large family gathering, prized for its ability to feed a crowd and its cool, satisfying flavor. It combines sweet, tender green peas with chunks of savory cured ham, sharp cheddar cheese, often cubed, and sometimes hard-boiled eggs or onions. The ingredients are enveloped in a rich, tangy dressing, usually made from mayonnaise or sour cream. Served chilled, this colorful and creamy side dish perfectly complements the heavier main courses, showcasing the Amish skill in preparing simple, crowd-pleasing fare.
Egg noodles. No Amish meal is complete without a hearty, homemade side, and egg noodles are the ultimate comfort staple. These aren't the thin, store-bought kind. These are wide, thick, and chewy noodles, often made by hand from a simple dough of flour, eggs, and water. The fresh pasta is then simmered in a savory chicken or beef broth, which infuses the noodles with deep, comforting flavor and prevents them from sticking. These thick, broth-infused noodles are the classic accompaniment to heavy main dishes like pot roast or country casserole, serving as a warm, filling, and essential part of the communal meal.
Amish breakfast casserole. This casserole is the essential fuel for an early start on the farm. Unlike typical breakfast bakes, the Amish version is exceptionally hearty and often skips the bread base, focusing instead on protein and slow-burning energy. The main ingredients are diced potatoes, savory chunks of local pork sausage, sharp cheddar cheese, and farm-fresh eggs poured over and baked until firm. Served warm, often straight from the oven, this deep-dish breakfast casserole provides sustained energy necessary for a long day of manual labor, embodying the principle that good work begins with a deeply satisfying meal.
White bread. Nothing symbolizes the self-sufficiency and simple foundational cooking of the Amish community quite like their homemade white bread. This is a fundamental staple, baked fresh nearly every day. It's renowned for its soft, fluffy texture, dense crumb, and a characteristic slight sweetness that makes it delicious on its own. Made with simple ingredients, flour, yeast, milk, and sugar, the process involves careful kneading in 2 slow rises. The result is tall, golden loaves used for everything from hearty sandwiches to dipping in gravy, serving as the constant comforting presence on every Amish table.
Dinner rolls. A beloved staple served warm with almost every supper, Amish dinner rolls are often made in the style of potato rolls. Mashed potatoes are incorporated into the yeast dough, yielding rolls that are exceptionally soft, moist, and slightly sweet, a texture that cannot be achieved with flour alone. They are typically baked close together in large pans, so they emerge soft-sided and easily tear apart for serving. These light, fluffy rolls are perfect for soaking up gravies or simply enjoying with homemade butter and apple butter, adding another layer of essential comfort to the evening meal.
Moist banana bread. This sweet, quick bread is a favorite way for Amish bakers to use up overripe bananas, a true testament to their resourcefulness and commitment to avoiding waste.
Unlike yeast breads, this is quickly mixed and baked, achieving a dense yet exceptionally moist texture and a rich, sweet, and comforting flavor. The secret to its signature moistness lies in the generous amount of mashed banana and often a touch of sour cream or buttermilk. Served sliced, perhaps spread with cream cheese or butter, this classic banana bread is a perfect, easy treat for mid-morning snack or dessert.
Amish Friendship Bread Alternative. The original Amish Friendship Bread relies on a long shared starter, a symbol of community and patience. This popular alternative, however, captures the same beloved flavors in a fast, efficient quick bread, perfect for when time is short. It features a sweet, moist vanilla base swirled generously with cinnamon and sugar, often baked in loaf pans or bundt forms. By skipping the lengthy starter process, this version delivers the warm, comforting taste of cinnamon and sweet icing faster than the traditional method, making it an excellent example of the Amish's ability to adapt classic comfort foods for modern efficiency, while retaining the spirit of community sharing.
Pumpkin cinnamon rolls. When autumn arrives and the harvest is abundant, Amish kitchens celebrate with seasonal baking, and these pumpkin cinnamon rolls are a beloved treat. Real pumpkin puree is mixed into the yeast dough, making the rolls exceptionally soft, moist, and slightly orange-hued. They are generously spread with butter, brown sugar, and cinnamon before being rolled, sliced, and baked until the edges caramelize. While warm, they are traditionally finished with a rich, poured caramel glaze. This seasonal delicacy is the perfect comforting dessert for a brisk evening, marrying the spice of the fall harvest with classic comfort baking.
Soft sugar cookies. A simple, unpretentious sweet treat, these cookies are a beloved staple among Amish children and adults alike. Unlike thin, crispy varieties, the Amish version is prized for its soft, buttery, melt-in-your-mouth texture. They are quick to prepare because they often require no rolling or cutting. The dough is simply spooned or dropped onto the baking sheet. Made with fresh butter, sugar, and farm eggs, these cookies are typically dusted with extra sugar before baking, forming a crackled, sweet crust over a wonderfully tender interior, embodying simple, satisfying comfort. Buttermilk pie. A quintessential example of Amish resourcefulness, buttermilk pie elevates simple pantry staples into an elegant, comforting dessert. Historically, this pie was a way to use up surplus buttermilk, a common byproduct of butter making. The filling is a smooth, baked custard with a flavor profile that balances intense sweetness with the necessary bright tanginess of the buttermilk. The result is a creamy, delicate interior set within a flaky, homemade crust. Served at room temperature or slightly chilled, buttermilk pie offers a taste of classic American simplicity, proving that the most satisfying desserts often require the fewest ingredients. Peanut butter cream pie. This is one of the most popular cream pies in Amish country, prized for its extreme richness and the fact that it requires no oven, a perfect dessert for hot weather. The pie is built on a simple pressed crumb crust, often made from graham crackers or crushed cookies. The filling is a fluffy, intensely savory and sweet cream made from peanut butter, cream cheese, and powdered sugar, and stabilized with whipped cream or a milk product. The no-bake mixture is chilled until firm, resulting in a dense yet melt-in-your-mouth slice, typically topped with a generous layer of homemade whipped cream, showcasing true Amish comfort baking at its simplest. Easy lemon bars. These bright, refreshing treats are a popular Amish dessert, especially welcome during warmer months. The recipe focuses on contrast and balance. A thick, buttery, and slightly crumbly shortbread crust serves as the base for a generous layer of intensely tart and vibrant lemon custard filling. Preparation is simple, involving easy mixing and baking in a single square pan. Once cooled, the bars are dusted with a thick layer of powdered sugar and cut into precise squares. The final product is a perfect marriage of sweet and sour, delivered in a simple, portable, and utterly refreshing bite.
As the last course is cleared and the dishes are washed, often by hand in communal effort, we understand that Amish cuisine is more than just a menu. It is a philosophy lived out daily. It speaks of a profound connection between the land, the labor, and the table. Every simple ingredient, every shared loaf of bread, every sweet pie is a tangible expression of faith, community, and gratitude. In a world defined by speed and complexity, the food of the Amish endures as a reminder that true sustenance comes not from abundance, but from simplicity, sharing, and a deep respect for tradition. Their kitchen is their constant hymn.
They are a people defined by peace, tradition, and a deep connection to the land. From the fields of Europe to the farmlands of North America, the Mennonites carried their unique culinary heritage. This is a story of simple ingredients, resourcefulness, and recipes preserved across centuries of migration. Prepare to explore a kitchen defined by faith and farm life. We present 25 traditional Mennonite dishes, recipes from centuries of faith and farming.
Number 1. Zwieback. This unique two-tiered yeast bun is perhaps the most instantly recognizable symbol of Mennonite culinary tradition. The name itself means twice baked in German. Zwieback was essential during long migrations as the simple, sturdy buns could be baked, dried, and easily transported. The ingenious structure, a small taut bun pinched onto a larger bottom, ensures the top stays soft while the bottom provides stability. Traditionally served for breakfast or with plumamousse, fruit soup, Zwieback is simple, slightly sweet, and represents the enduring resourcefulness and history of the Mennonite journey.
Number 2. Vereniki. While the name suggests Ukrainian origins, a legacy of their time in the Russian Empire, Mennonite vereniki are distinct, perfect half-moon pockets filled with either salty or sweet farmer's cheese. This dish is the ultimate example of comfort and community cooking, often made in large batches during family gatherings. The dough must be thin and delicate, yet sturdy enough to hold the generous, creamy filling. Vereniki are always served hot, generously drizzled with schmauntfat, a rich cream sauce, or simply topped with a dollop of sour cream and fresh herbs. They are a beloved staple, connecting every generation to the kitchens of their ancestors.
Number 3. Borscht. While a familiar dish across Eastern Europe, Mennonite borscht is a robust, hearty version reflecting the need for sustaining farm laborers. Unlike lighter Ukrainian versions, this soup is thick with meat, cabbage, potatoes, and often includes chunks of beef or farmer sausage, making it a complete meal in itself. It is less reliant on beets for color, sometimes appearing more beige or brown, yet always intensely flavorful. Borscht is a testament to the efficient, no-waste principles of Mennonite kitchens, utilizing whatever vegetables are fresh from the cellar or field. Served piping hot, it is the ultimate winter comfort food, especially when paired with a slice of thick, homemade rye bread. Number 4. Plumamousse. This truly unique dish, whose name translates roughly to plum mush, is a creamy, sweet fruit soup or stew. It is a signature example of the resourcefulness born from long migration and cold prairie winters. Plumamousse is traditionally made by simmering a mixture of dried fruits, often prunes, apricots, raisins, and apples, until they break down into a thick, syrupy consistency. It is served chilled or warm, usually accompanied by zwieback or noodles, often acting as a main course on simple farm days or as a refreshing summer treat. This soup is a direct connection to the early Mennonite settlements, providing essential nutrition and a taste of home.
Number 5. Farmer sausage. This robust homemade link sausage is perhaps the most practical and beloved meat product in the Mennonite pantry. Traditionally made from a blend of pork and beef and lightly smoked or dried, farmer sausage was designed for preservation, essential for farm families living far from commercial centers. It is the centerpiece of countless meals, whether sliced and fried for a hearty breakfast, boiled with potatoes and cabbage, or used to anchor soups like their famous borscht. The taste is savory, slightly tangy, and deeply tied to the self-sufficiency and communal butchering traditions of the farm. Farmer sausage is more than food, it's a symbol of sustenance and security.
Number 6. Roll kuchen. These thin, crispy, slightly sweet fried pastries are a beloved summer tradition, particularly when the watermelon harvest is at its peak. Roll kuchen are quick to prepare, using a simple dough rolled out very thin and fried until puffed and golden brown, resulting in a distinct, airy bubble texture. They represent the simple joys of prairie summer life and the fusion of cuisines, as they are often served alongside slices of chilled watermelon and simple jams. The combination of the warm, savory sweet crunch of the roll kuchen and the cold, watery sweetness of the melon is quintessentially Mennonite and profoundly refreshing.
Number 7. Schmondfett. The literal translation is cream fat, and this rich, savory cream sauce is the unsung hero of the Mennonite table. Often prepared with a simple roux and sour cream, it is cooked down until it achieves a decadent thick consistency. Schmondfett is essential for vereniki, potatoes, and other dumplings, acting as the primary source of flavor and richness. Its creation speaks to the practical necessity of utilizing every byproduct of the farm, especially high-quality dairy. This sauce embodies the principle of turning simple ingredients into luxurious comfort food, defining the rich, creamy texture of many traditional Mennonite meals.
Number 8. Rye bread. In the Mennonite tradition, bread is the staff of life, and rye bread stands above all others. This is a dense, deeply aromatic loaf, often baked in large, round, free-form shapes. It is the perfect accompaniment to hearty meals like borscht, and its robust texture is essential for soaking up rich gravies and sauces. Historically, this dark bread reflects the reliance on hardy rye grain, grown easily in the cooler climates where Mennonites settled. Baking rye bread is a core ritual, symbolizing the self-sufficiency of the farm and the enduring connection to their Northern European roots. It's a simple, honest food that tells a story of survival and heritage in every slice.
Number 9. Schnecken. These sweet coiled yeast rolls, whose name means snails in German, are a cherished dessert or coffee break treat. Schnecken are the Mennonite version of a cinnamon roll, but often less heavily frosted, allowing the rich, buttery flavor and the texture of the soft, sweet dough to shine. The preparation is a communal event, with families meticulously rolling the dough, spreading the cinnamon sugar filling, and slicing the characteristic spirals. They are baked until golden and sticky, often served warm with a simple glaze or just a dusting of powdered sugar. Schnecken are the perfect symbol of Sunday afternoon comfort and home baking traditions.
Number 10. Plots. This traditional open-faced fruit sheet cake or pie is a cornerstone of Mennonite hospitality, especially during harvest time. The foundation of plots is a slightly sweet, yeast-leavened dough, which is pressed into a large baking pan and topped generously with fresh or preserved fruit. Plums, apples, or berries are common choices. Unlike modern pies, plots is less focused on a decorative crust and more on showcasing the abundance of the season's yield. The simple preparation and large size make it ideal for serving crowds at weddings, funerals, and large Sunday dinners. Plots is the sweet taste of summer preserved, embodying the generosity and farm-to-table simplicity of the Mennonite kitchen.
Number 11. Parishki. These small, versatile pockets are the Mennonite answer to the ultimate handheld snack or light meal. Parishki, or parazki, are typically made from a soft, yeast-leavened dough filled with a wide variety of ingredients, including savory options like mashed potato, sauerkraut, or seasoned ground meat, or sweet fillings like fruit and jam. They are either baked until fluffy and golden or, more traditionally, shallow fried, giving them a delightful crispness. Their small size makes them perfect for packing as a lunch for farm work or serving as a hearty appetizer during large gatherings. Pyrishki embody the practical ingenuity of a cuisine that makes comfort portable.
Number 12. Holubtsi. These cabbage rolls are a true labor of love, representing the time and effort dedicated to Sunday dinners and special occasions. Holubtsi, or little pigeons, are made by carefully blanching whole cabbage leaves, then wrapping them around a savory filling of seasoned ground meat and rice. Unlike some lighter varieties, the Mennonite version is slow-simmered in a rich, slightly tangy tomato-based sauce, often enhanced with bacon or cream. This slow, gentle cooking process ensures the cabbage is tender and the filling is moist and flavorful. Holubtsi is a hearty, foundational dinner item, symbolizing community, warmth, and the fusion of German and Slavic culinary influences retained through migration.
Number 13. Pickled beets. These vibrant, sweet, and tangy pickled beets are a staple side dish on any Mennonite table, particularly cherished for their bright color and refreshing taste. Made from garden-fresh beets, sliced and preserved in a sweet vinegar brine, they represent the essential practice of canning and food preservation, a skill vital for surviving long winters and maintaining a self-sufficient farm. Pickled beets offer a delightful contrast to rich, savory main courses, acting as a palate cleanser and adding a pop of color to the meal. Beyond their taste, they symbolize the enduring tradition of putting up the harvest, connecting generations through shared seasonal rituals and the simple bounty of the land.
Number 14. Pascha. This rich, sweet yeast bread is the centerpiece of the Mennonite Easter celebration, a symbol of resurrection and rebirth. Pascha is traditionally baked in tall cylindrical tins, resulting in a distinct, high-domed loaf. The dough is enriched with eggs, butter, and often raisins, making it significantly sweeter and softer than everyday rye bread. Once baked, it is topped with a thick, white, sugary glaze and often decorated with simple dough crosses or letters. Pascha embodies the joyous, communal spirit of the holiday, offering a deeply meaningful and celebratory contrast to the simple staples of daily farm life.
Number 15. Rivel soup. This simple yet highly comforting dish is a perfect illustration of Mennonite ingenuity, turning minimal ingredients into a nourishing, warm meal. The name rivel comes from the German word for rubbing, referring to the method of creating the small, coarse, dumpling-like crumbs from flour and egg, often rubbed between the hands. These tiny rivel pieces are then simmered directly in a light savory meat or chicken broth, absorbing the flavor and thickening the liquid. Rivel soup is inexpensive, quick to prepare, and serves as an ideal light lunch or warming starter on a cold day. It is the epitome of economic, soulful cooking, providing essential warmth and sustenance from the humblest of kitchens.
Number 16. Bienenstich. Known as bee sting cake, this exquisite dessert is a celebrated staple among Mennonite bakers, bridging their cuisine to broader German tradition. Bienenstich is defined by its decadent layered construction, a light yeast-raised sponge base, sliced horizontally and filled with a thick, rich vanilla or custard cream. The true signature is the topping, a layer of sliced almonds caramelized in honey and butter, which bakes into a crisp, golden crust. This dessert is reserved for major celebrations and Sunday afternoon Kaffeeklatsch, symbolizing abundance, sophistication, and the sweet indulgence that balances the austerity of daily farm life.
Number 17. Dill pickles. No Mennonite meal is complete without a jar of crisp, homemade dill pickles, which embody the culinary tradition of preserving the summer harvest. These pickles are made by submerging fresh cucumbers in a salty brine, flavored heavily with fresh dill heads, garlic cloves, and often pickling spices. The fermentation process gives them a characteristic tangy, sour flavor and a satisfying crunch. Dill pickles are more than just a condiment. They are a necessary contrast to the rich, heavy main courses, providing a burst of acidity and freshness. They symbolize the annual ritual of putting up the garden's bounty, a skill passed down through generations, ensuring the continuity of the farm kitchen's supply throughout the long winter.
Number 18. Head cheese, or Zulz. This cold cut is the ultimate embodiment of the Mennonite principle of waste not, want not, a philosophy essential for survival on the prairie. Zulz is a bold, rustic cold loaf, traditionally made from the less desirable but highly nutritious parts of the animal, often the pig's head and shanks. Everything is boiled for hours, seasoned strongly with vinegar and spices, and then pressed into a mold. As it chills, the natural collagen transforms the broth into a beautiful, clear aspic, binding the dense meat pieces together. Served sliced cold, often alongside coarse rye bread and a dab of sharp mustard, Zulz represents thrift, sustenance, and the sheer practicality of the farm kitchen, turning the humblest components into a dense, high-calorie meal perfect for a farmer's demanding day.
Number 19. Potato salad. While seemingly common, Mennonite potato salad is unique and central to every large gathering, picnic, or church supper. It is an artifact of community celebration. The Mennonite version is often defined by its signature creamy dressing, a harmonious blend of mayonnaise, eggs, a touch of vinegar for tang, and a generous inclusion of finely chopped fresh onion and celery for crunch. The key to its character is simplicity and volume. This salad is never made in small batches. It is a monumental dish, prepared in enormous quantities to feed the entire community. It is a humble comfort food, a testament that the most meaningful meals are those shared, always served cold, fresh, and ready to accompany any main course at the heart of a communal table.
Number 20. Cherry mousse. This vibrant fruit soup is a treasured sweet treat, deeply rooted in the Mennonite tradition of simple, thoughtful Sabbath observance. Mousse is the ultimate expression of preparation, often served cold for Sunday lunch or during Easter, specifically to relieve the women of the burden of cooking on the Lord's Day. Made by slowly simmering sweet or tart cherries, often with dried fruits like raisins and prunes, it is thickened into a thin, pourable pudding consistency with cornstarch or flour. The key is its bright ruby color and refreshing tart-sweet balance. Cherry mousse embodies the simplicity of holiday feasting, symbolizing rest, refreshment, and the sweet reward of a completed week. It is traditionally served in a glass bowl to showcase its deep, jewel-like color, often accompanied by a rich swirl of fresh cream or placed atop vanilla pudding.
Number 21. Schmear. This simple, fresh, spreadable cheese is a cornerstone of the Mennonite breakfast table, symbolizing the reliance on dairy and the self-sufficiency of the farmstead. Schmear is essentially a rich, lightly cultured cream cheese or soft farmer's cheese, traditionally made by straining homemade cultured buttermilk or fresh clabbered milk until a dense, velvety curd remains. Unlike commercial cream cheese, it retains a distinct, slightly tangy flavor and a uniquely soft, spreadable texture. It is the epitome of simplicity, rarely seasoned beyond a pinch of salt. Schmear is most commonly served spread thickly onto dark, rustic rye bread, often accompanied by strong coffee, and is the perfect protein-rich start to a long, demanding day of farm work. It is more than food.
It represents the daily ritual of turning basic, farm-fresh ingredients into essential sustenance.
Number 22. Boiled raisin buns, or simply buns. These are not your typical oven-baked rolls. They're a distinctive Mennonite staple known for their unique preparation. These soft, yeast-leavened rolls are traditionally cooked by steaming them over boiling water, often on a cloth stretched across a pot. This method gives them an incredibly tender, almost pillow-like texture, distinct from conventional bread. The simple dough is enriched with sugar and generously studded with plump raisins. Buns are deeply versatile. They are essential for soaking up the rich broth of borscht or as the perfect accompaniment to cherry mousse or schmear. They represent a resourceful, time-honored cooking technique, a practical staple that defines comfort and necessity at every Mennonite dinner table.
Number 23. Pork hocks and sauerkraut. This dish is the definitive hearty answer to a long prairie winter, representing the mastery of preservation and the necessity of high-calorie sustenance. Pork hocks, or shanks, are slowly braised until the meat is falling off the bone and the fat is rendered tender and unctuous. This rich, heavy meat is then paired with homemade sauerkraut, fermented cabbage that provides a vital, sharp, acidic counterpoint. The dish is usually slow-cooked in a large pot, allowing the flavors to marry and the cabbage to soak up the savory pork juices. It is the perfect cold-weather meal, embodying the spirit of thrift by utilizing tougher cuts of meat and serving as a reminder of the bounty saved from the previous fall's harvest. Pork hocks and sauerkraut is an essential symbol of endurance, served hot with potatoes and dark rye bread.
Number 24. Apple fritters. These warm, sweet puffs are the quintessential Mennonite autumn treat, celebrating the bounty of the orchard and the necessity of simple, fresh desserts. These are essentially yeast-risen, cloud-light dough fritters, generously laced with chunks of tart, locally grown apples. Unlike pancakes, fritters are deep-fried until golden brown, giving them a satisfyingly crisp exterior while maintaining an incredibly soft, almost airy interior where the apple chunks remain tender and warm. They are the perfect contrast of textures and flavors. Traditionally, apple fritters are served warm, dusted heavily with powdered sugar, or sometimes drizzled with a simple, sweet apple syrup. They symbolize warmth, communal indulgence, and the cozy comfort of the farm kitchen as the seasons turn cold. This dessert is a simple, cherished ritual passed down through generations.
Number 25. Cheese soup. This simple yet immensely satisfying creation is a cornerstone of Mennonite comfort food, often served as a main dish due to its richness. This is not a light broth. It is a thick, creamy soup built on a foundation of stock and milk, then richly fortified with sharp homemade cheese, often cheddar or similar farm cheese. The soup is packed with humble vegetables like potatoes, carrots, and celery, which provide body and color. The secret to its characteristic smooth, velvety texture is the slow, careful melting of the cheese, ensuring it fully integrates into the creamy base without separating. Cheese soup is the ultimate family meal, symbolizing warmth, thrift, and the resourceful ability to turn simple dairy and garden produce into a nourishing, filling, and deeply flavorful dinner. It is always served steaming hot, often accompanied by crusty bread.
In conclusion, Mennonite cuisine is more than a list of recipes. It is a chronicle of endurance, resourcefulness, and deep community faith. From the humble borscht to the sweet pasca, every dish is a practical, treasured link to the farm, the table, and the generations that came before. This is food defined by thrift, made beautiful by necessity, and perfected by tradition.